All right, guys, Cattail coming to you from the farm today. We've got a pretty quick update that was pretty important involving OneLeaf thermal. Now, if you've seen some of my thermal videos, you know that I kind of rave about OneLeaf. They've done a great job of making a affordable solution with ballistic 640 core, just anything and everything under the sun that you could possibly want, internal recording, everything except for Wi-Fi, I guess, if you want to have some nitpicks on it. But guys, one thing happened real recently that we need to talk about. So this is why this video is just kind of coming out here out of nowhere and why I wanted to get this out to you as fast as possible. Now, if you currently have a OneLeafMT1000 LRF, you may have noticed a phenomena, and this phenomena doesn't happen all the time. But essentially, once you are locked in on your target and you start rotating the top ring for your zoom, you may notice that your zero is completely off bat. This probably was why I wasted a ton of ammo with the SCAR in the very early testing, because I didn't realize what was happening. But it doesn't happen all the time. So you may have never noticed this before, or you may have been saying, wow, GatCat lied to me. This thing's a piece of crap and it's not holding zero. Just hold on a second. So what happens is, as long as you're on the very first zoom level, your zero should be true, your ballistics hold should work just fine. And then as you dial in, you want to pay really close attention is your reticle actually staying stationary, or is it jumping way up like mine did? In fact, I was hitting about 4 feet high because my reticle had jumped really low. And when I recentered on a zoom shot, we were 4 foot high above impact on a tree at about 175 yards with 22 long rifle, as you can see in the video. Now, I reached out to OneLeaf to get a response on what I can let my viewers know if there was a update coming, if they've already had this addressed, because this was not a isolated incident. There had been a couple people reporting back to OneLeaf that there was zero issues, and OneLeaf wanted to confirm, hey, are you seeing the same zero issues? We can fix this. So OneLeaf has already released a patch. It is on firmware 10 that actually corrects this issue. So if you do not have firmware 10 yet, you can check this by going into your settings, going onto the last page, click on firmware and SD card information, and it will show you what version you're on. You need to be on version 10 in order to have this fixed. Now, don't fret, it's real easy. In fact, I'm going to leave a link in the description for you to download from a Google Dropbox provided by OneLeaf for you to be able to install version 10 onto your device. Now, they say you need to take it, put it in an SD card reader, all that jazz. Nah, don't worry about that. You're going to take your device, you're going to format the card inside your actual thermal, plug in USB-C, plug into your computer, let it pop up as the disk reader, drop that downloaded file in. As soon as it's done copying, go ahead and power off the device, then unplug it. After you've done these steps, go ahead and power the device back on, and you're going to see a splash screen come up that says updating firmware. Once you have that splash screen, it'll restart one more time. You can go back into the firmware setting, verify you're on V10, and now the zero issue is fixed. We tested it this morning. We made sure that everything we locked in on, we were able to zero and able to go up and down, no issues at all. In fact, in our previous reviews, we didn't really see this phenomena. And in testing, it took about 3 different rounds, or not rounds, 3 different magazines of ammo this weekend to actually start seeing the issue. So it wasn't even off the bat. But guys, if you're facing this issue, fear not. OneLeaf still loves us. They're giving us that firmware. You've got the fix, and now that you're tuned into Cattail, you've got the answer. Guys, if you have any questions about OneLeaf and their thermal series, the MT1000 LRF, let me know in the comments below, or in any other videos. I try to respond as fast and as accurately as possible. And OneLeaf, those guys have been pretty responsive. So if you have any issues or you have any questions that they're not responding to you about, let me know. I'll reach out to my contacts and see what we can do. If you're interested in picking one of these up, there's a link somewhere down below as well, and you can use the promo code that'll be somewhere down there to save you a little bit extra. So guys, thanks for tuning in to this update. I hope this fixes issues for any of you who have faced it, and as always, stay tuned.